Hello, and we're back for another one, and I'm alone today. Sub's bloody busy. Mustafa said he's back tomorrow. Mustafa's good vibes, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if he's watching, he's gonna get excited, or when he hears this, he's gonna get excited. I enjoy doing it, Mustafa, yeah. And Shab's going to Hajj, inshallah, 3 o'clock in the morning, Free. So, Shab, I don't know if you're gonna be watching it or not, but inshallah, you have a great journey that you're gonna be partaking, a lifetime journey, going with your mother as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. Bless your journey, accept your journey, and allow you to come back a better person than you were before, as that is the purpose of going on Hajj. Anyway, like I said, I regressed and I digressed, should I say. I come back. The best World Cup kits of all time is today's subject. In the first podcast that I did a few days ago, we spoke about the greatest World Cup goals. Then I spoke about with Mustafa yesterday the greatest teams never to win the World Cup. And today I just thought, as I am the kit man, the kit collector with over 100 shirts, which I will start wearing again on these lives, I thought we'll talk about the greatest World Cup jerseys of all time. And the first one that I've got in mind is the Holland shirt of 1974. Me and Mustafa did mention this yesterday. Johan Cruyff made this more famous than it was, because he was the only one that refused to wear the Adidas because he was a Puma athlete. So his shirt, the rest of the team had 3 stripes, his shirt had 2 stripes. And very famous there. Simple design, orange, one of the great football shirts of all time. The lion crest there. And for me, it's a shirt I need to get rid of, to be honest. I tell you what, it's a sick shirt for you. Do you remember Cameroons in 2002, but they never let him wear it to the World Cup? The sleeveless vest. Yeah. They never let him wear it though. So they wore it for one friendly game, right? And they went to the World Cup and they were supposed to wear it there. And I think what they did was they had to add some sleeves onto it, basically, because FIFA didn't regulate it at that time. But yeah, I tell you what's one of my other favourite shirts though, definitely. It's not really got a good memory attached to it because of Roberto Baggio's moment. But I love wearing that shirt as well. Italy, 1994, both home and away. That design is sick. You know, the monogram of the badge in the background, just a blue colour. What a shirt, Italy 94, yeah. Obviously made even more famous and iconic because of Roberto Baggio's famous Miss the Man who died standing, and that's the most iconic moment of his career, unfortunately. If he scored that penalty, I don't know if I mentioned this to you last time, Frey, right? This is a great sliding moment of Baggio's career. He would have been the Ballon d'Or winner back-to-back, guaranteed, because he won it in 93, yeah? If he wins the World Cup with Italy as the best player, which he was the best player in that World Cup, right? Dragging them single-handedly. Risto Stoichkov's not winning that Ballon d'Or in 1994. It's Roberto Baggio's Ballon d'Or in 1994. Guaranteed, 100%, no doubt about it. And he would have joined the greats who have won back-to-back Ballon d'Ors. Saying that, I'm digressing a little bit here. I don't know if you've seen this on social media recently. Ousmane Dembele could become the first player to win 2 World Cups, 2 Champions Leagues and 2 Ballon d'Ors. Wow. Mad that as well. And the Ballon d'Ors will be back to back. That's sick, innit? I can't think of a player that's won 2 World Cups. Actually, no, Beckenbauer won 1 World Cup. Cruyff never won a World Cup. Platini never won a World Cup. I'm thinking of all the great Ballon d'Or winners now. Messi's only won 1 World Cup. Dembele could win 2 World Cups, 2 Ballon d'Ors and 2 Champions Leagues. That's crazy. That is mental. And for a guy that at one point in his career, he was written off by everyone, including myself. I said, and I said this so consistently, Frey, that he is the most frustrating player that I had ever seen up until he fulfilled his potential. You know why? I had never seen anyone as 2-footed as this guy. Yeah. Mental 2-footed, Frey. You know what I mean, right? And he could cut in on right, he could cut on his left. Remember that penalty at Anfield last season? It was a perfect example of his 2-footedness. He ran like he was going to take a right foot, I think, and he whacked it left foot. Everyone was like, what the hell, man? Like, that's just crazy 2-footedness. He's up there with the most ambidextrous footballers I've seen. And not just shooting, his dribbling, he can go either way. He can pass with both feet. He was so fast on either side. It was all, obviously at Barcelona, what let him down was his discipline. Remember, he had an addiction to video games at the time. He was turning up late to training, a lot of muscle injuries. But I think in them last 2 seasons, especially that he spent with Messi and he started maturing there, that's where he, you know what, by the time he left Barca, he was ready to leave them and, you know, fulfill his potential. And he has a PSG. Going back to the greatest World Cup shirts of all time, I've got France 98 in there. If you remember me wearing that at frame 2, Frey, during your lot's cousin's game. Zinedine Zidane shirt. And somebody offered to buy it off my back. Because they haven't seen that shirt in years. France 98. What a shirt, eh? Just the style of it. The blue, the stripes in the middle. And Zizou, obviously. It's just a sick shirt, man. Do you know what is a very... The way they designed the shirt, the collar on it, they don't make the shirts like that anymore. The proper collars, proper sleeves and that where, you know, the shirt will get damaged and it'll last a long time. Obviously very iconic as well because they won the World Cup in 98 and what a shirt to win the World Cup in my opinion. I tell you what else is a good shirt from that World Cup is Brazil's 98 shirt. I've got that Ronaldo shirt. That's a quality shirt, that man. It's the way they designed, you know, the collar. It was nice. Just like you could wear it casually. That was one of the first jerseys probably that you could wear casually like that. I tell you what's another good jersey, right? Is 1986 Denmark. I tell you why I remember this. It's because Jamie Carragher goes on about it all the time. It's one of the greatest shirts of all time. They always rate it. It's a two-tone shirt from Hummels. It's a good company, that Hummel, right? And they always make Denmark shirt, and they always make nice shirt. Look at Denmark shirt at this World Cup, right? If they're at the World Cup, you'll see. There's always a nice shirt they have at the international tournaments, right? Next one, Nigeria, 2018. Do you remember that one? Nike sold out on that shirt as soon as they released it. Yeah, Nigeria, 20. Yeah, I remember that became a cultural hit, and everyone bought it because it was just a cool shirt to wear with your jeans, cool shirt to wear with your joggers, just a classy shirt, and that's what really brought culture and jerseys together at that point. Croatia 1998. I've got that shirt as well. That's a nice shirt. Davos Sukas.
Someone said probably that Netherlands one.
1974 in it, the one that I already said. Right, I will look at the chat and what they're saying about some of the shirts. Nothing beats the Nigerian shirt there. The brother from the Boca Juniors fan is on the live. Cool star. Yugoslavia best shirt of all time. That was a nice shirt. The 1990 World Cup shirt. I'm assuming that you're talking about. Germany 1990. What a shirt! You know the one with the like emblem, 3 stripes in the middle. They won the World Cup in that. That's one of the greatest shirts of all time. Bad boy shirt. I've got that shirt as well in my bloody collection. Lothar Matthäus on the back. Bad boy shirt that is, you know. Great shirt. And winning the World Cup. The greatest World Cup winning shirt of all time is between that and France 98. And I'd probably say Germany 1990 was the best team that had, like, the team that had the best shirt. England 1966, that was a good shirt. You know, the red one, all red. I like shirts like that. I don't know about you, Frey. You remember when you lot played against Manchester City? On the anniversary of the Munich disaster? What a shirt. See? What a shit. No, forget City's. That was crap. I'm not even being biased towards you and that you're a United fan. That United shirt looks so nice with the white trim and all red.
Ronaldo just looks so...
I knew you were going to say Ronaldo. It wasn't Ronaldo. It would look... Anderson looked nice in it as well, you know. It was them two that really stuck out to me. Anderson, but it was obviously... Ronaldo looks good in everything. Ronaldo tried looking good at the end of that game as well. Bloody hell, he had his hair completely back, wet in full. I was like, yeah, give me my moment.
I was giving it to you. I was saying Ronaldo's ready, but his hair...
That's, you know what, that's the only reason I laughed more than I was really going to ever laugh, right? It's because you lot formed your little Avengers super fan group in the group. Oh yeah, Ronaldo's a goal. Oh, what a moment. That Beck's free kick against Greece. Nah, I don't think so. Italy 2006 walkout jackets. I don't like that England shirt, man.
The one with the cross.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. What's your favourite England shirt? Mine's 1990. The one that Gascoigne's crying in.
I think it's that one, man, where Beckham, where it's got massive red thingy there. I like that one.
I like this year's. I'm not going to lie to you. The badge in the middle. You know, Nike are lazy. We're talking about kits now, right? Nike have got very, very, very lazy with their design.
Adidas make the best kits.
But even Adidas, right? You know what Adidas do?
Bad boy kits.
Yeah, Puma better than both of them. You know what Adidas do? They find a template that works with them, and then they blast every single team with that same template. I don't know if anyone's realizing this, right? Adidas have gone be lazy as well. But the thing with Adidas is...
United, man. They make United shit kits.
Away shirts they made. Away shirts they made nice. That black one, that like the one with Cantona. That blue one was nice, the Snapdragon one. But you know what? Nike going back to it, so lazy with the football. Just in terms of football, they're so behind. Have you seen Adidas's advert for the World Cup with Timothy Chalamet and flipping Zidane and Del Piero and Beckham and Messi, and they got is a who's like the throwback adverts, right? And Nike were the experts at these adverts. Nike's were the goat at these adverts. Adidas adverts were never as good as Nike's. I tell you, the best Adidas advert that I remember was the one for Euro 2004. I don't know if you remember this one, where Zidane shouts to Trezeguet and they be on them scooters. And Zidane then meets Del Piero, and then they meet Vieira, they see Ballack, and they end up in the park and they all start playing, and they lose the ball in the back of a Haven, and then they go on the way to Lisbon now. That was my favorite Adidas advert. So you don't even remember it. And I tell you, the other one I remember, this one you'll remember, them two kids. It was for the 2006 World Cup. Remember them two kids and they start picking five aside? And he goes,
That was sick.
he goes Beckenbauer, and then Beckenbauer turns up, and he goes Platini, and Platini turns, he goes Zidane, and Zidane turns up like in the actual way that they were.
Some other next name on that one guy.
Yeah, whoever they mentioned that it was in it. Joga Benito, yeah. 2006 Ronaldo shirt. Argentina Maradona shirt. What a shirt. 1986. The one that he scores the goal in. You know that shirt was manufactured just before that match because they had a problem with the heat. So Lecoq Sportif, I think they used a local factory to make them shirts the night before the game in the 86. Another interesting fact before the 86 game, that the shirts were even, the actual shirts that they were supposed to wear, they were made by a local factory at the time because of problems with the heat and things like that. Going back, so I said England, my favorite England is 1990. You said is 2002, the one where Beckham took him to that World Cup and he scores that goal.
I can't even remember an iconic England shirt, to be honest.
Is that is the 1966 one in it? Really? If you think about it, what else would it be? Brazil 1994.
Brazil 2002.
Which one? The blue or the yellow one?
The yellow one.
I like the blue one more.
Blue.
I've got the blue one.
Well. Yeah, blue was sick. They both were sick.
They're both iconic, yeah. Ronaldo, R9 makes the...
R9 made
and
the
Ronaldinho made the other one iconic because of the goal against England. And yeah, everything in the formation. Not formation, and just everything about it. What do you think about Italy's 2026 World Cup shirt? It would have been a good one. You never know, they still might get there. Apparently, Iran might not send their delegation. But they haven't got their visas yet. Brazil 98, yeah, I mentioned that one 100%. I have mentioned that one. Who else would we say? What is the chat saying then? What do you think? Oh, forget that. We're talking greatest World Cup shirts of all time. World Cup jersey, shirts, whatever you want to say. I've given a few here, nearly about 8 to 10 I've given probably. I can't think of much more great World Cup shirts that really stick out to the memory. Think.
Have you mentioned the African team, sleeveless one?
Yeah, Cameroon, yeah, I said it 2002, 100%.
That is the best shirt ever.
That was, but they banned it, man. Puma, FIFA banned Cameroon from wearing it. What was the one that Croatia wouldn't beat? Croatia 1998 is better. I think you're talking about the 98 Mexico one with the face. Remember that Mexico shirt with the face on it? I'll show you that one. That's a crazy one.
I used to like Germany's. They were one of them ones that used to have them cuffs. And the
Yeah. Do you know what Germany?
It's known as West Germany now.
1966 one. You're on about the retro white with the black sleeve, like we were talking about the United one. When they played against Manchester City in the Munich air disaster anniversary game. And they wore them throwback shirts. Yeah, Nigeria 2018 I mentioned. Nigeria, I've always had a nice shirt. Nigeria in 1994 actually had a cool shirt as well, I'm just going to open up now. I'll check on what else on 442 on these websites. Yeah, Cameroon 2002 had to be in that. I'll tell you which shirt I liked. And I'll tell you why I liked it. France's shirt at the last World Cup. Nice, simple, crisp, with the gold lettering at the back. Crisp shirt. Way better than this year's shirt that they've got.
The France shirt that you have.
I've mentioned that one, yeah.
Italy's when they won it.
Yeah, that's a nice shirt. Yeah. Gold lettering always makes a shirt better, man. For some reason. That was a great shirt. I've got them.
I'm sure the lettering on that was like, if it was Del Piero, like normally you'd have it all in capitals. It was like.
Yeah, it's all in. Yeah, you're right. It's all lowercase. Yeah. Look, thinking back to my Francesco Totti shirt, you're right. I tell you, Brazil 1970 is a nice shirt as well. I just love these. You know the old school shirts, right? That just had that color template on the shirt. The sleeves are different color and the color's the same color as the sleeve, right? That is just perfect. It's simplicity and you can't go wrong with that, man. You could just. No, international, yeah. I think they ruined it with getting a bit too funky at the front, yeah. there's no sponsors international. Club football sponsors are good, man. There's some iconic sponsors like Pirelli with Inter Milan, for example, Sharp with Manchester United, JVC with Arsenal, Siemens Mobile with Real Madrid. You know, there's these ones that when you think of Opel with the what do you call it, AC Milan at the front of their shirt. Sky Sports did. I remember them on the front of Juventus' shirt. So I think sponsors and club shirts, they became synonymous kind of thing, man. Especially these long-lasting ones. What's their name? Who else? T-Mobile and bloody Bayern Munich. They've been there since like 2000 now, and it's 2000. I think 26 years they've been together. B-Win. They were with the AC Milan for a long time as well, and then they went to Real Madrid. I didn't even know as a kid B-Win was a bloody betting group. There you go, Bet-Win. Brazil 2006. That was a cool shirt, you know. Brazil do have cool shirts at the World Cup. Did you remember? Because that little collar is like a smart. The little collar just sticking up at the, you know, just smart. They gave it that smart vibe. Very proud they were at that World Cup though. I mentioned that team yesterday with Mustafa saying they're one of the greatest teams ever to win the World Cup. That 2016. Adriano went into that World Cup in his peak. Ronaldinho's the Ballon d'Or winner. R9 obviously the record World Cup goal scorer. Roberto Carlos Cafu, Janino Pernambucano, Zizou just put on a show for. Killed them in it. They had Lucio in centre back as well. That's why that is the greatest World Cup performance. And this is obviously going to be a separate podcast of his own because there'll be some amazing World Cup performances. But Zinedine Zidane against Brazil for me is head and shoulders, right?
When you go through that Brazil team, you realize how.
That and the Maradona against England, both quarter-final games, both high-stake games. Maradona's because obviously the Falklands Law that preceded it, everything that was going on behind it, and then the guy just used that fire. But Zidane was the opposite, you could say. Because remember when Zidane walked on, big smile on his face. He's being R9, meeting R9, Robinho, Cicinho, all these guys from Real Madrid. He was like, yeah, my final time I'm going to be sharing a pitch with you lot. But once the whistle blew, it switched. Oh, the first moment when he drags it between Gilberto, I think, and the other guy, right? And he takes two of them on. Then he does a step over and he passes it through to Vieira. And the show just begins, man. Then he does the juggle against Kaká. Bamboozles Cafu with that pass. The guy was just on the... He goes, you know what, today I'm going to show the Joga Benito lot what Joga Benito really is. And bam, he went on it, man. 90 minutes. And I remember in the second half, he had to get 360 roulette in there. And he executed it perfectly as Roberto, man. And everyone's like, hey, finally, Zizou's doing his signature skill. There's that moment he flicks over R9's head. Literally, he flicks over R9's head. And he just headers it onto bloody Thuram or someone, yeah. And you think, you know what, Zizou, just stop it. Stop showing off, man. Jamaica 1998. Cool shit. Did Jamaica make this World Cup? They were in the playoffs. And then
I don't think they did.
McLaren left him, didn't they? He resigned. I know that much. Yeah. So there, I've given my greatest World Cup shirts. I did say it'll be 20 minutes. I've done 20 minutes. Not bad, innit? Is it 20 minutes? The time will be, 18.
18 minutes.
We'll give it a couple more minutes. If you're not following the page, follow the page. And there we are. We've got the greatest World Cup kits of all time. For me, if I was to pick one, the greatest World Cup shirt of all time, I would go for...
I've got mine clear, crystal clear in my mind. For me, it's definitely that France one that you got.
I was thinking that I was going to say that.
That's my greatest.
I'll be honest, the shirt that I like the most, the greatest World Cup jersey I like is Italy 94. If you want me to be less biased, if you think that's a biased opinion, fine. I would go for France 98. Or Netherlands 1974. Because I've always wanted that shirt. That's like the holy grail of shirts now that I want. The number 14 on the back. Johan Cruyff's. 2 stripes instead of the 3 stripes. What a shirt, man. What a shirt. For me, that's the greatest shirt of all time. Honestly. That and the Real Madrid 2002 shirt. They're my favourite 2 football shirts of all time. 1974, Johan Cruyff, for me, is the greatest World Cup shirt of all time. Osa went for France 98. Frey, what would be your greatest shirt? World Cup jersey.
Ronaldo won his first one.
Brazil 2002.
No, CR7 man, Portugal. With the number in the middle. With the number in the middle, man, and the green thingies. I like that shit.
That was Euros. With a circle number in the middle, you mean? That was Euros 2004. At the World Cup, he did have the number in the middle, but it wasn't like that same design. That Euro shirt's very nice, you're right. That's a very, very nice. That's one of the great international shirts. I agree with you on that one. That's a very nice one. But the World Cup one, gone.
Probably the last World Cup Ronaldo.
This guy,
With the goal lettering, man.
this guy, man. Why you? I feel like I'm biased, right? Yeah. There's nobody more biased than this guy with Ronaldo. I tell you that much right now. Nobody more biased with Cristiano Ronaldo than my brother Farhan Mirza. Unbelievable. Greatest World Cup shit. The guy's not even got a World Cup knockout goal. And then he has to go pick him. I know, but at least flipping give it to someone else.
There I go, better for you. The next World Cup shirt that Portugal will be wearing.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Ronaldo will be that one. Thoughts on Harry Kane season?
No.
Same as Giovanni Alba, he used to be there, like I keep saying. He's doing nothing amazing, nothing special. The big moment. Yeah, my brother-in-law says Brazil 2002. What is Slab Sal? What's happening? I thought.
Yeah, unbiased. Probably Brazil's home shirt 2002. I love that shirt.
Yeah. That's what the one I thought you were going to say to me. Because you always mention that one.
Unbiased. That's that one.
Right, and we see you on tomorrow's live, inshallah. Yeah, it's that bottom one for you. No, the bottom right corner. Click it and send live. You'll have to X that. No, X that first. Yeah. See you in the next one.